Welcome to Ghosting Your Inner Critic webcast. Today, we're going to be discussing building your confidence. My name is Anadia.
My name's Jeff.
And I'm Leslie. And we're going to first address how do you build confidence? We have 12 steps to building confidence.
And the first one is stop comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others can generate envy. Studies show that the more envy you have, the worse you feel about yourself. We all have our own strength, and by focusing on ourselves and what we bring to the table, the better we feel about ourselves and the less we focus on what we are lacking.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And with that, our second step is surrounding yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who can build you up and not tear you down. People who support you, who can help you grow and develop and encourage you to move your life forward. If there's someone who is in your life who is not positive, perhaps you may want to rethink how much you expose yourself to them, so that you can continue to support yourself and surround yourself with people who support you in a positive way.
I like that idea, Jeff. You definitely need to surround ourselves with positive people. The third step we have is take care of your body, which is diet, exercise, meditation, and sleep. Don't forget sleep. It can just help regenerate you. Our brains need sleep to function, and it keeps our emotions in balance to get enough sleep. When I had 3 strokes, when I was very young, I found that all of these helped me recover. And that's actually built my confidence from that point forward. From the diet and a big change in diet. I mean, I used to go to the vending machine and get famous Amos chocolate chip cookies every day. And I never did that after the strokes. To using meditation, which gave me the insights to understand what I needed to do in order to recover, which led me to exercise, diet, and getting enough sleep. The exercise was vital to recovering from being paralyzed on the left side, and even to having that confidence to keep putting myself out there in terms of the communications, because my speech was affected too. All of these contribute to taking care of our bodies, taking care of ourselves, and it's going to help you build your confidence. And that's step number 3.
Yeah, Leslie, I would agree completely with what you said there. I know in our household, we have completely revamped our diet over the last 10 to 20 years, and it's definitely made a difference. Plus, we make time to exercise as well. And I know that it essentially it improves my outlook whenever I exercise. Um, but the single biggest thing for me personally is the sleep. And without the sleep, I am a bear. So getting good sleep is really, really important. And I can't emphasize that too much.
I agree 100%.
Absolutely. Well, another one that helps build confidence is remembering what you have achieved in the past and not to forget to celebrate that as well. This is helpful for me because remembering achievements helps me shift my mindset from I don't know if I could do this to yes, I can do this. So looking what I have accomplished in the past has really helped me continue on building that confidence. And also, like I said, don't forget to celebrate those as well. It just keeps the motivation going.
And Anadia, building on that, the next step is do things you're good at that make you happy. Um, Doing things that you're good at give you a high because you do them well and you get that positive feedback, and that just helps build your psyche. In terms of making you happy, well, there's no better medicine than smiles and laughter. And if doing what makes you happy bring those to your life, then that's what you want to do.
Agree.
Yes, it is. Step 6 is embrace your failures and view them as learning opportunities. And we can't stress this enough that we have to try in order to build our confidence. Every time we try, even if we fail, we have learned something. And if we learn something from that and really reframe how we see failure, instead of as something that is bad, we tried and we overcame it, and therefore it's an opportunity to do better the next time.
Absolutely. Um, Number 7, actually, as you're saying that, is face your fear, which is, when you think about it, is also a way of trying. Example is, if you're afraid of public speaking, find opportunities to speak in front of a group. Look at it as an opportunity to experience, enjoy something different. If we don't try, then we never know what we could potentially be good at, but start with baby steps. It helps it feel less overwhelming when you're trying something.
That's great. That's great. Step number 8, stand up for yourself. Don't let people use you. It's okay to say no. Stand up for what you believe in and what you're doing. And also in these things, don't stay in toxic relationships. Essentially, if you're in those types of things, change things. Get get people around you who can again support you and who won't take advantage of you.
Absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head with now step 9 too, is treat yourself with respect and kindness, which goes along with standing up for yourself, but you might not see it that way, but it's making certain that you feel good about yourself, that you are saying to yourself that I am good enough to stand up for, that I'm not going to let toxic people in, and I'm going to have compassion for myself, which is part of that meditation mindfulness that we teach at Eden, which is allowing ourselves to sit with compassion for ourselves and for others. Most of us are respectful and kind to other people. Give it to ourselves too.
Absolutely.
It's true. And number 10 is self-talk, which is, I think, is part of too compassion, because what are you saying to yourself? Is it negative or positive self-talk? I think sometimes we get in our own way when we start to doubt ourselves. So remember that we are our own biggest cheerleader, which helps us build confidence, because it's so important of what it is that you're hearing from yourself.
And step number 11, allowing yourself to be curious. Uh, Being curious allows you to go out there and learning is the key to self-growth. I have an interesting anecdote around curiosity and steps and learning. My daughter, she went out and applied to, many years ago, applied to a very prestigious private high school. And she applied for a special 5-year program. It actually started in 8th grade. And they only took about 30 or 40 students per year. And she went through the whole interview process. It was just like applying to college, essentially. And even went through an interview and everything else. Well, when she went through the process, she got waitlisted on the program. And she, was thinking about it, scratching her head, going, gee, how come I didn't get accepted? I thought I had what it takes. And so she actually reached back out to the school and asked for feedback. And the feedback they gave her was, well, you checked off all the boxes, except one of the things that you weren't as strong as perhaps some of the other candidates was in your interview. And she had a tendency to be somewhat shy and wasn't as outgoing and as good at promoting herself in the interview as perhaps some of the other students. So she took this to heart, and she went out and joined a variety of different extracurricular programs to essentially expand her horizons. And some of the ones of note here that specifically addressed the weaknesses is she joined a group called Drama Guild, and Drama Guild was responsible for putting on all of the theatrical performances at her high school. And so with that, she ended up acting in a lot of different plays and other productions that were put on. She also joined an improv group, and as one of the key members of this improv group, got a chance to essentially think on the fly and again, kind of put her shyness to the back, and brought herself out to the front and became over time very good at self-promotion. And to this day, now she credits one of her strengths as being her ability to communicate. And that whole episode, and the fact that she was curious about learning and expanding her horizons, caused her to get where she is today.
That's a fantastic story, and it took a lot of courage for her to ask for that feedback. And that's a confidence builder to ask for the.
She took it to heart.
Yeah.
Thank you. And now step number 12 is to set realistic goals. If we set realistic goals and take baby steps toward what we're trying to achieve, we just keep building confidence in our own capabilities. And then you can set goals a little further each time that you have a success so that you can keep stretching yourself a little bit more. I know in my own life, it's very important for me to understand how much time I have and how much I can achieve in order to be able to set realistic goals. But you can understand how important it is to be able to reach your goals each time instead of to not be able to. But remember, if you fail, that's just part of learning, and keep going.
And Leslie, with that too, I mean, setting goals that are realistic is important, because each time you set a realistic goal and achieve it, you can expand a little more on the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. And through that, grow yourself, and all the while increasing your self-confidence.
Exactly. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Nadia, for both for being here today. And this has been Ghosting Your Inner Critic.